Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Timothy, and on this channel we speak everything personal finance. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving you tips and tricks on how to save more money. With times the way they are, I know saving money can seem like an impossible thing to do. But trust me, if you're able to follow these tips and tricks, you'll be able to save money in 2025. So first up is budget in a notebook. Now I've tried budgeting apps and all these different ways to budget, but I found that budgeting in a notebook works for me the best. It really holds me accountable to my budget. So basically what you're going to do is write down every expense that you incurred throughout the month and then put the number of how much you spent beside it. But also keep in mind of how much you're going to be spending during that month. So for groceries, you could say you're going to be spending $400, and then when you go to the grocery store and you have a grocery run, you just put that you spent $100 on your grocery run. So try to budget in a notebook, because at the end of the day, technology is not always the best. It's hard to track stuff when it's technology, but when you're writing it down, when you're carrying a physical notebook, there's just something about seeing those numbers on a piece of paper that really helps you budget better. And it really helps you think about purchasing unnecessary things. And the second tip is a shopping tip. So for this tip, it's mostly for Amazon. I know everyone loves Amazon. I love Amazon, and I'm sure a lot of you love Amazon and purchase on Amazon. So what you're gonna do is when you add things to the cart, you're gonna let them sit there. Let them sit there for a few days or a week, and then you're going to return to your cart and see if you even still want it. You're going to find that a lot of things that you want from your cart is not really needed, and it's things that you never really wanted in the first place. You might have just been scrolling through Amazon and then you saw this item listed and you added to the cart. So by leaving your items in the cart and not purchasing them right away, you're practicing delayed gratification, which will help you tremendously when it comes to finances. So this is something I do for myself. When I go to Amazon and I see an item or I'm looking up an item, I put it in the cart and then I just leave it there. And eventually I even put it for save for later, and eventually I just forget about it because it was an item that I really didn't need. Think about how many items that we buy from Amazon that we don't really need. Just go down your orders and look at all the items that you purchased, and you'll realize that these items were not necessities. I should not be purchasing all these things on Amazon because I have debt. I have other things that need to be paid with this money. This money can be used in a better way than Amazon. And the third tip is to shop at a discount grocery store. Now I'm talking about Aldi. Aldi is a great grocery store that I go to where they have great prices on meats and produce and all different kind of groceries. Now you can still shop at Walmart. Walmart is a great option as well. Now I typically stay away from the Whole Foods. At the end of the day, it's fuel that goes into your body, and you definitely want to have the best fuel. You definitely want to have the best food, but try a shopping trip at Aldi. If you've never heard of it, it's just a little store, and they're really all over the place now, and you can find them everywhere. And the fourth money tip is going to be cash stuffing. So basically this is stuffing money into envelopes. So how this works is you take out the cash that you're going to need for the month. So if your expensive or your budget calls for $1,600, then you're going to take out $1,600 at the beginning of the month, and that is the money that you're going to use for your budgets. So if your budget says that you're paying $500 in groceries, you're going to put $500 of cash in an envelope labeled groceries. And then when you go to the grocery store, you're going to bring that envelope with you, and you're going to pay for your groceries with the money in that envelope. So it's really using physical cash, physical money to pay for things. Now, of course, when it comes to bills or online payments, you just make the adjustment there and pay for the bills with a debit card. But when it comes to paying with cash, it's just something that really makes you think more before you give out dollars. I just received the $200 and I basically put it into my budget. I still have that money in my wallet, and it's just like, I forget about it, honestly. I tend to go straight to my debit card. But when I use this cash, I pull out $40 to pay for food. And I'm like, oh man, this physical cash is leaving my hands, and what I'm getting back is something less or nothing. So try to pay with cash. I mean, you don't have to use envelope system, but try to pay with cash, and then you may not spend as much money in these places as you would with a debit card or a credit card. And then the fifth tip is to unsubscribe from emails. unsubscribe from these marketing emails. And this is something that I do all the time, mostly because I'm running out of storage on my Gmail, but I will unsubscribe to all of these emails. And my email provider, Gmail, has made it so much easier for me to unsubscribe, because when I click an email, I can just press unsubscribe at the top and it does its job. Or you can report it spam, but unsubscribe to the emails. A lot of times we pay on these websites, we put our email information in and create a password. We're putting our information in their database so they can send us emails so we can purchase more of their products. So unsubscribe from these emails so you're not tempted to purchase these products. You might be scrolling through your emails, you're seeing what you got for the day, and then you see an email from Nike and their new promotion, and then you click the promotion, and then eventually, before you know it, you bought a Nike tracksuit or a Nike sweatsuit for $100, and you really didn't even think about getting one, 20 or 30 minutes ago. So unsubscribe from these emails. This also works with notifications on your phone. I can't tell you how many times I'm getting notifications from Amazon saying you left this in the cart, or I think you'd be interested in this item. So for a lot of these apps, you can cancel the notifications so you're not getting notifications and tempted to buy things, tempted to buy items that you don't need. And number 6 is to open a high yield savings account. Now, if you don't have a high yield savings account, I don't know what you're doing, but you need to go on your phone or your computer right now and open a high yield savings account. So go to Google right now, pause this video, go to Google right now and type in high yield savings account. Pick the first one you see, or go to NerdWallet and look at the top 10 high yield savings account they got going on. But you should be able to get a high yield savings account giving you a return of about 4%. So we're going to put all of our savings into a high yield savings account, because when you put it into a normal savings account, this money is maybe 0.0001 of a return on your money, but these high yield savings accounts are giving you 4 to 5% of return on your money. So open a high yield savings account. You've done all these tips and tricks before. You've done all the tips and tricks that I've talked about. So now it's time to do something with the money that you save from doing these tips and tricks, and you're going to put this money in a high yield savings account. My recommendation is to have a high yield savings account with a provider that is not your main bank. So if your main bank is TD Bank, if that's your checking account, then I want you to open a high yield savings account with Ally Bank. I want you to open a high yield savings account with SoFi. And then I want you to not even carry that card on you. This is something I used to do. I had a high yield savings account and I would carry my card, and then, when I bought something expensive, I would just bring out the high yield savings account card. But when I started leaving it at home, I saw my savings began to grow because I didn't have access to the funds immediately. So that is something that you need to do. Open a high yield savings account. If you get anything from this video, is to open a high yield savings account, because your money is being wasted with these normal savings accounts. And the 7th tip is going to be cut your cable bill. Why are we still paying for cable when the things on TV is not even good? I mean, a lot of these shows and programs are moving to Netflix. They're moving to these subscription services. So you can go and get a subscription service, but don't get too many subscription services. Don't overload on the subscriptions, because a lot of them are not needed. Now really go for the subscriptions that you want and the subscriptions that you need, but just don't have them all. All I have is Netflix and I have YouTube. That's what I use. But cable is almost an obsolete thing. If you're paying a lot for cable, I just don't see why you're doing that. I mean, for example, Monday Night Raw or wrestling is now streaming live on Netflix every Monday. That used to be a staple on TV when I was younger, and now it's streaming on Netflix. So you can kind of see the transition from cable over the last few years to streaming services. And a lot of these streaming services are pretty cheap. Like my Netflix is only $15. So instead of paying for cable, maybe $100 or $150, however much your cable is going to be, I pay for Netflix. And then with that split between the two, that is money that can be invested. That is money that can be saved, or that is money that can go towards debt. So cut up your cable bill and switch to a subscription service like Netflix or Hulu. There's Disney Plus, and a lot of these things are packaged as well. So you could pay $30 or $40 for a few other subscription services. And number 8 is to review insurance policies. This is something that I always talk about because I think it's a great way to save money, and it's a way that I save money. So I vet and make sure that I'm paying the least amount of money in insurance every month, but I'm making sure I get the coverage that I need for myself and my family, but I'm not loyal to any insurance company because they're in it for the money, just like I am. I want to pay the lowest amount of insurance for the best coverage as possible. So recently I just switched from one provider last year to a new provider for my car insurance, and it lowered my bill by almost $50. Now, $50 is not a lot of money, but when your money is tight, when you have a budget and $50 opens up, you can put that money to all sorts of different things. And I think that you need to really call your insurance providers. Don't be scared to call. Don't be scared to leave. They make it super easy for you to leave. Well, my insurance provider did at least. Be sure to check these different insurance rates. So check your car insurance, check your homeowner's insurance, check your life insurance. There's so many different ways out here to lower your bills, and by switching insurance providers is one of the best ways. And the final tip is to go on a no spending month. Now, this might be super difficult, and I want to go on a no spending month this year, maybe a few no spending months. But when I say no spending, I'm talking about you're only spending money on needs. You're not going out to eat. You're not going out to have fun. Well, you can still have fun. You're just not going out to have paid fun. I'm talking you're doing groceries, you're paying for mortgage and bills, and that's it. Now, you can go to the park. There's so many free things that you can do for fun, but just try to go on a no spend month, and this will really help you get ahead. So maybe I've budgeted $400 for going out to eat, and then you budgeted $300 for fun. But if you just cut this out completely and you're able to save this on top of the money that's already being saved, it will get you so much further ahead. So really try to challenge yourself and gamify this no spend month. You might go out to get groceries, and as soon as you're done with buying groceries, you see all these food places and you might feel tempted to go and get this food, but try your best to fight this temptation. So I challenge you to go on a no spend month for February. For February, we're not spending anything, and we're gonna try this as well, a no spend month. We're gonna only spend money on necessities, and of course, we're gonna stay in budget. And that's it. Those are some tips and tricks that will help you save more money. So by doing these tips and tricks, I can almost guarantee that you will save some money. By switching insurance providers, you're gonna save some money. By going to these cheaper grocery stores, you're gonna save some money. And going on a no spend month, which is one of the best ones, you're definitely gonna save some money. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.